If you have ever tried to grow plants at home, whether it is vegetables in your backyard, flowers on the balcony, or even houseplants indoors, you know exactly how frustrating it can be. You buy the seeds or the little seedlings, you water them carefully, you put them in what you think is good soil, and then you wait. And wait. And most of the time, they just sit there, looking weak and small no matter what you do. I have been there too. For years, I wasted so much money chasing bigger plants and better harvests. I bought bag after bag of expensive fertilizer. Some of those big brand ones cost me $30, $40, even $50 for a small container. I tried liquid feeds, slow-release pellets, organic blends, you name it. I followed the instructions exactly, but my plants still grew slowly. They got yellow leaves, weak stems, and tiny harvests that barely fed my family for a week. I felt like I was throwing money away every single season. If that sounds familiar, you are not alone. Most gardeners face the same problem. Fertilizer is expensive, and it only gives short-term results. You feed the plant today, and in a few weeks, you have to feed it again. The soil itself stays poor and lifeless. That is why your plants never reach their full potential. Today, I am going to share the simple soil trick that changed everything for me. It costs around $3, and it works for any plant. Vegetables, fruits, flowers, herbs, even indoor plants. Once I started using it, my garden exploded with growth. Tomatoes that used to stay small shot up and produced buckets of fruit. My roses became massive and covered in blooms. Even my houseplants doubled in size in just weeks. And the best part is you only need to do it once, and the benefits keep working all season long and even into next year. Let me tell you how I discovered it. After another disappointing season where I spent over $200 on fertilizers with poor results, I started researching what really makes plants grow strong. I learned that the secret is not always in the fertilizer you pour on top. The real power is underground in the soil. Healthy soil is alive with billions of beneficial organisms that help plant roots absorb nutrients and water much more efficiently. Most garden soil, especially in pots or new beds, is missing these helpers. That is why plants struggle even when you add fertilizer. The nutrients are there, but the plants cannot use them well. I kept reading about one particular natural organism that forms a partnership with plant roots. It is called mycorrhizal fungi. These fungi attach to the roots and create a massive underground network that acts like a superhighway for nutrients and water. The plants give the fungi a little sugar from their leaves, and in return, the fungi bring in way more phosphorus, nitrogen, zinc, and other minerals from the soil. They also help plants survive drought and resist diseases. It is a perfect natural teamwork that has existed for millions of years. The problem is that in most backyard soil or store-bought potting mix, these fungi are missing or dead. That is where the $3 trick comes in. You can buy a small packet of mycorrhizal inoculant for around $3 at most garden centers or online. It looks like a fine powder or granules, and one small pack is enough for many plants. Here is exactly how I use it now and how you can start today. First, prepare your planting area or pots. If you are planting seeds or seedlings, make sure the soil is moist but not soaking wet. Take a small amount of the inoculant powder. You only need a teaspoon or two per plant, depending on size. Sprinkle it directly into the planting hole so it touches the roots, or mix a little into the top few inches of soil around existing plants. That is it. The fungi wake up and start connecting with the roots within days. You do not need to add more fertilizer right away, because the improved root system pulls nutrients from the existing soil much better. I still use some compost or mild organic fertilizer, but I use way less than before, and I get much better results. Let me walk you through the results I saw so you know what to expect. In my vegetable garden, I applied this to tomato seedlings that were looking average. Within 2 weeks, those same plants were noticeably bigger, with thicker stems and deeper green leaves. By the end of the month, they were twice the size of the ones I did not treat. The harvest was incredible. I picked over 50 pounds from just 6 plants. My peppers and cucumbers did the same thing. Stronger plants mean fewer pests and diseases too, because healthy plants fight back better. For flowers and ornamentals, the difference is just as dramatic. My roses produced more buds and the blooms lasted longer. My hanging baskets that usually dried out quickly stayed lush and full all summer, even during hot spells. The fungi help the roots reach deeper and hold more water, so you do not have to water as often either. That saves time and money on your water bill. Even my indoor plants responded beautifully. I added a tiny pinch to my Monstera and Pothos pots. Within 3 weeks, new leaves started unfurling faster and larger than ever. The plants look healthier and more vibrant. You might be wondering if this works in any type of soil. Yes, it does. Clay soil, sandy soil, poor compacted dirt, or fresh potting mix. The fungi adapt and improve whatever you have. It is also completely natural and safe for pets, kids, and the environment. No chemicals, no burning roots, no runoff pollution. One important tip. Once you apply the inoculant, try not to disturb the soil too much afterward. Light watering is fine, but avoid heavy digging around the roots so the network can establish properly. Also, keep the soil alive by adding organic matter like compost or leaf mulch over time. That feeds the fungi and keeps them working for you year after year. Many people ask me if they can make their own version instead of buying the powder. While you can encourage native fungi by adding lots of compost and avoiding harsh chemicals, the commercial inoculant gives you a concentrated boost of proven strains that work fast and reliably. For $3, it is worth it, especially when you see the results. If you have struggled with slow growth, weak plants, or disappointing harvests, this one change can transform your garden. Stop relying only on expensive fertilizers that give temporary fixes. Instead, build a living soil system that supports your plants naturally and powerfully. Start small if you want. Try it on just a few plants this season and compare the difference yourself. I am confident you will be amazed and you will never go back to the old way. Your plants will grow faster, stronger, and more productive than you thought possible. If you try this trick, let me know in the comments how your plants respond.